Hello, everyone. My name is Susan Ogunleye, and today I'm going to be talking about the Ocean Breeze Athletic Complex located in Staten Island, New York. So, Ocean Breeze officially opened on November 19th in 2015, making it about to turn 11 years old this year. This facility seats over 135,000 square feet and it hosts around 2,500 spectators. And what really caught my attention about Ocean Breeze is that it wasn't just built for like a specific professional team or specific university. It was designed as a public facility that gives everyone from amateur youth all the way to elite Olympians the opportunity to train and compete in a world class environment. And that combination of community access and elite competition makes it a very unique sports facility. Before talking about the building itself, it's important to understand why Ocean Breeze was built in the first place. So, New York City really wanted to invest in Staten Island by creating a destination that would benefit both the local community and the city's economy. The goal wasn't just to build another, recreation center within the city. The city wanted a facility that could, host big national competitions, encourage young people to participate in sports, and also bring visitors and tourists to Staten Island itself. And another interesting part about this complex is that it's located inside the Ocean Breeze Park, which really wanted to help bring tourism into the park because not a lot of people were visiting or hanging out in the park in the first place. Construction began in the early 2010s, and the facility officially opened November of 2015. One thing I found interesting was that while researching um, is that like different official websites list different project costs. So the Ocean Breeze official website, they report that the project costs about $93 million, while the New York City's official opening announcement, they report that the final cost was about $112 million. And the difference is common within large construction projects because, some reports may include funding that happened after the grand opening. So funding came from several different public sources, including the New York City Department of Parks and Recreation, the Department of Design and Construction, the Staten Island Borough's President's Office, the New York City Council, the city's Plan NYC initiative, which focused on sustainable development and improving public spaces. Today, the facility is owned and operated by the New York City Department of Parks and Recreation. Since it's a public facility, maintaining it is an ongoing responsibility, a day by day thing. So, the daily maintenance would include cleaning, security, lighting, HVAC systems, equipment setup, and so on and so forth. And there are also like larger maintenance projects, such as like servicing the hydraulic bank, which is like the size of the track that goes up and goes down for indoor, and that includes regular services and repairing if it is necessary. And funding these operations comes primarily through the city's park budget, which I couldn't find on its own because since this is a public facility, it's just overall grouped within the Parks and Rec budget, so they don't really have a specific list on what goes on inside personally with the athletic complex, if that makes sense. I don't know. Another reason why I chose Ocean Breeze is because it's much more than just a track. The building was actually designed with sustainability in mind, which I find really cool and very important for today's world. It uses geothermal heating and cooling systems, natural ventilation from the waterfront that is nearby, stormwater management systems, and energy efficient lighting. These environmentally friendly features help reduce operating costs tremendously while protecting the surrounding park. Like I said before, it's located in Ocean Breeze Park. And I think this is a great example of how sports facilities can be both, high performance, but also very environmentally responsible. This indoor track is used by a wide variety of athletes throughout the year. Its primary users are, the local high school teams in the area, youth programs, and the Ocean Breeze Track Club. It also hosts college meets, AAU competitions, USATF events, and national championships, which I also competed here during in high school a couple years back, which was really cool. And what's really impressive is that on any given weekend, you might see an elementary school compete at this track. Um, and later on in the day, you might see an elite professional compete at this track, which is really cool. And this makes the facility an important resource for both the community and recreation on both a high level and an amateur level at the same time. Even though Ocean Breeze is publicly owned, it still generates revenue in several different ways. The facility earns money through memberships. So, for an example, an adult membership would be $100 annually. They also rent out the track for a 2 hour session, so that will be, about 1,300 per 2 hour session. They do provide timing services, which would be $200, and they also have event management software, which would be $250. And also, like any large sport venues, there's going to be very big operating expenses, and these include, employee salaries, security, utilities, insurance, equipment, so on and so forth. And because it is owned by New York City, these operating costs are supported through both public funding and revenue the facility generates. And like I said before, since it is, like I said, owned by New York City, it is all grouped within Parks and Rec funding. So I don't have the specific list of numbers that is spent for this building, which I am upset about. Overall, I think Ocean Breeze Athletic Complex is a great example of how a public sports facility can have a much larger impact within the community than simply just hosting competitions. It has helped make Staten Island a destination for track and field because personally for me, I would have never gone to Staten Island if it wasn't for that one track meet I had there. It also has provided opportunities for athletes of all age and skill levels, generated tourism through national events, and has shown how a sustainable design can be incorporated into modern facilities. And as a collegiate track athlete myself, I know how important it is for how much the quality of a facility can affect both your performance and how your overall experience is at the meet. And that's one of the reasons why I chose Ocean Breeze. It's because it combines world class elite competition with the mission to serve the community. Thank you. And here are my sources. Thank you.